stop breathing.
What's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. It is AJ, aka Grim Horizon TV, and we are back for part 3 of finishing what I started 24 years ago. Now, on today's episode, we are moving into Team Rocket, Gym Heroes, Gym Challenge, taking them all out of the old Ultra Pro binders and putting them in their final resting spot of the new Vault X binder. Haven't even taken it out of the box yet. Super excited for this one because those are probably 3 of my favorite sets of the WotC era. Before we jump into all that, though, I am going to knock out my showcase card of the week. If you've been following along on my Instagram or what I started last Thursday on YouTube, Shining Raichu was the card of the week. So that one is now coming out, and I am putting in probably one of my favorite arts of all time. I acquired and absolutely destroyed EX from Rocket Gang. I'm going to show the backside first. See that there, and it's one of my top 5 Pokemon. It is a Scyther EX. This card is absolutely sick. I am probably going to be pretty upset when I have to take this out next Thursday. It's one of my favorite artworks. It's just absolutely disgusting. So, been excited all week. I bought this card like 2 weeks ago, and it just showed up on Monday alongside a couple other cards, and I have just been waiting for this day to come so I can put it in the case, because it looks awesome. Hopefully I can get that focused real good for you there. That is just an absolutely sick card. Last weekend, I did pick up a ton of odds and ends for the base binder. So if you've been following along with this series, the base binder, which I'm deeming the name of it now, has base, jungle, fossil, base 2 in it, WotC promos, the best of game cards, and it's pretty much finished. I'm going to call it finished because the Black Star promos, there are quite a few that I will take maybe a very long time to acquire. I don't even know the 2 trainer cards that are very expensive. But let's do a quick recap on the base 2 binder at this point and show you exactly where I'm at. Okay, to recap, base is done. We have seen that. It is, I would say, 80-ish% shadowless. So it looks absolutely amazing. Jungle is completed as well. Fossil is completed. And what was not completed and what you have not seen in the past is base 2. So kind of flying through the first 3 sets here. Base 2 is done. This set looks awesome. I have really grown to have a new appreciation for base 2 now that it is completed. I do think, in my opinion, now it is better than base. I really love the hollow patterns. I like the incorporation of all the different sets across the first 3. It just looks amazing. I can't believe this thing got finished in probably, I think, 10 days from when I started, and I only had 50-something cards. I finished it all, and that was local. 100% locally, I have knocked out base 2. Every single one of these cards came from a friend, somebody else's childhood collection that had duplicates, shops around town, trade events, just everything I've done in the last week led to the point of that completion. I did get, I think, 1 or 2 more Black Star promos. I got the Ho the other day, and for the best of games, I did get the Professor Elm. That one has a huge swirl on it. So these are going to take a little bit longer to complete because I will only get them locally and not buy on eBay. I want to do it just how I did it when I was a kid. So yeah, this set, or this binder itself, is sick. It is done. It is everything I wanted it to be. I couldn't picture it any better at this point. There's nothing else you can do to it to make it any better. It is just perfect. So let's jump into doing it again with the Rocket and the gym sets. Guys, I'm beat. That took for fucking ever to get done. Gym Heroes Gym Challenge, 132 cards each, I think it was. Yeah. And 82 in Rocket, or 83 with the secret rare, one of those two. Hours. Legitimately hours to take them out of all the old binders, make sure they're sorted right in piles, because all of those fast forward clips loading could only take one take. I wasn't about to do it and take them back out if I messed up. That was insane. The outcome, though, I'm digging, but that was a lot of work to physically get it done. So the Voltex binder's done. It is fully loaded, and there's only a couple spots to spare, which is actually pretty funny too. I did map it out. I knew that going into it, but once it's actually been completed and flipping through, it does look awesome. I'm going to highlight some of the hollows right now, just kind of show. I have pretty clean copies of all of these. I don't have any really damaged cards in there. The base cards, oddly enough, were the worst condition. And then I think once Rocket rolled around and I started collecting, I probably started sleeving my cards a lot more. So all these cards are, I wouldn't say mint, but really nice. Oh, the non-holo Dragonite. Funny story about that one, or cool story at least. That's not my original. This one right here is my original. I didn't realize until I actually took the entire old binder apart, my original PC collection. Then when I was sorting through all the sets and seeing what I had and what I could complete, my non-holo Dragonite was actually one of the error cards. It took me a minute to actually figure it out. When I was looking, I was like, why does it say 5 and it's not the holographic version? But my version, non-holo, super rare card, one of the coolest errors out there. I sent it to PSA half a year ago, something along those lines. I got a 5. I don't care. It's being put into the PC forever. It's mine. It's got a lot of whitening on the sides, things like that. But I love this card. Just wanted to show this off while I was showing off the Rocket set. And then when we get to the original secret rare for Rocket, my Raichu is also original. I did pull that as a kid. That is 83 out of 82. It has a huge swirl on it. It's in really good shape. But that's mine. I can't believe I pulled that. I slightly remember pulling it. I don't want to lie and say I do remember pulling it, but I know I've had that card my entire life. It came out of the binder. Gym Heroes is 100% done. So that set is awesome. A lot of these cards have swirls on them. I was really close on Team Rocket, once I pulled that out, I probably had like 80-90% of the cards. I was only missing a few once I put it all back together that I picked up. Gym Heroes, I was missing a few of the actual holos. That Gengar I picked up recently, the Scyther I picked up, the Moltres. I had a few, I don't remember which ones I had exactly, but I just know those are the ones I picked up recently. But this set does look awesome too. All the way through, it is complete. And then once we get the challenge, I am missing 2 cards. It bugs the shit out of me. For the life of me, I cannot find a clean version of Giovanni's Gyarados. I found a couple first editions around town. I just don't want to pay $120, $150 for a first edition card when unlimited will do just as fine, because most of these, I think, yeah, every holo I have outside of the couple trainers are all unlimited anyway. So if anyone has a unlimited version of Giovanni's Gyarados and holographic Koga, those are the last 2 cards I need for this binder. I gotta find them locally or make a trade on Instagram. Hit me up. The handle is exactly the same. I need those cards. I want those cards pretty much immediately now because this binder is done. But otherwise, it's dope. It's finished. I love it. It looks so good in this binder. One thing I was gonna note, what did I do with those binders? Grab one here. The other reason, what I started figuring out when I started taking cards out of here, these Ultra Pro binders, they're not great. When they start having less and less cards, so like when I had Rocket in here and there was only a few cards left in it, the strap here was actually pushing down on the right side of the binder. I don't know if it caused any damage, but just one thing to keep an eye on if you're using any of these binders or use binders with these kind of straps, that they do warp. They're not exactly even, and there's a big gap there where the sleeves meet in the middle. So these are kind of like bulged up, and then everything down here is skinny. So the last couple weeks when it's sitting aside, I had this undone. I don't know if you noticed that in the beginning of the video, just because I think with less cards in one of these binders, it causes possible damage to the cards. I don't think that's the case with these vault binders because they sit really even with the pages when it's flat, and with the zipping, there's no added pressure. It's just staying smooth between all the pages there. But challenge is done all the way through, minus those 2 holos. A lot of cool cards in here. Koga is haunting me right now. It's done. I mean, I have 3 spots to spare on the last page. This binder is sick. I love page 1 here. This is probably my cream of the crop when it comes to holos. Rocket is just such a sick set. I have the pre-release Gary. It's finished. I'm happy. I have, what, 2 binders more or less complete now outside of some odds and ends, but we're getting there. This whole project has been fun to do. It's taking a lot of time to unload, reload, track down cards, but that's the point, I guess. I didn't want to finish it. I didn't want to just go all out and buy the cards. So every day that passes, picking up 1 or 2 is great. I'm enjoying myself here. Hopefully you're loving this series. Next week, or whenever I get around to, what are we on now? 3. Part 4 is going to be Neo. I got a bunch of actual Neo holos coming in soon, so we're getting close. That next video is going to be more or less a showcase of where I'm at with Neo, what I need for Neo. I'm in absolutely no rush to finish Neo because there is way too many cards in that set. There's 4 main sets and the Southern Islands. I'm counting all of that as Neo. So there's 5 sets currently loaded in there with what I have. It's pretty much full too as far as the space it takes in the binder, but it's looking good. It's getting there. But I'll show that off in the next video. But like I said, hopefully you guys have been enjoying what I've been doing here because I've been having a lot of fun doing it. Please comment down below what you like the most as far as how it's been going on. Like, subscribe, all of that is definitely appreciated right now. But otherwise, yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it left. I'm digging it right. I'm digging all of it. Y'all take care, and I will see you on the next go-around. Another binder. I went with the red Voltex binder just because Rocket is one of my most favorite sets. Fuck me, dude.
Don't stop breathing.